Hi and welcome to Happy Kitty Kitchen. Today I'm making Farni, an Emirati dish that my family loves to make only during Ramadan, but it can definitely be made throughout the whole year. For some reason though, we love to have it only during the month of Ramadan. It's a dessert that's cold, slightly sweet, lightly infused with cardamom and saffron, and it's very well balanced and is perfect when craving something sweet but refreshing. Every Emirati family probably makes this differently and with variations, but here is how we make it. In a small mortar or bowl, I add in about 1.5 tablespoons of rose water, then add in saffron strands and top with a teaspoon of sugar. The sugar here is to create friction. It will help scrub and break down the saffron and cardamom and release their flavors into the rose water. I usually have finely ground cardamom powder, but this time I only had pods, so I added those in the bowl and started mashing everything down. Well, this did turn out okay in the end. I got some whole bits of cardamom seeds that didn't break. So if you're making this, I highly recommend grinding the cardamom pods finely first if you have a spice grinder, and then adding them to the bowl. Now in a pot, add rice flour, milk, preferably whole milk, sugar, and to make this extra creamy and rich, I add in clotted cream. If you don't have this, you can add heavy cream or whipping cream. Then I'm adding in powdered milk. This is optional, but if I have it, I like to add it. Give everything a quick mix while everything is at room temperature. Back to the saffron, rose water, and cardamom infusion. It's been resting for about 15 minutes. Now I need to remove the cardamom pods because no one likes biting down on those. Then I add that into the pot. Then I put the pot on a medium-high heat. I don't worry too much about the rice flour if it clumps in the mixture. I'm going to use my immersion blender to smooth everything out in the end. And I'm also adding in a bit more milk because the mixture thickened a bit too much. The consistency should be a little on the liquidy side because as it cools down, it will thicken and set in the fridge. But if it's already too thick in the pot, then it will end up becoming way too hardened and thick when it sets in the fridge. Which maybe some people like their Farni pudding that way, but we like it a little lighter, smoother, creamier. To garnish, finally add some roughly blended or chopped pistachios and let them refrigerate for at least 4 hours if you've poured them into small bowls. But if you've poured them into a big dish, you might want to keep them in the fridge overnight just for the pudding to set and for it to be cold all the way throughout. And that's it. That's how we make Farni. So thanks for making it to the end of the video. And as usual, have a great day from Happy Kitty Kitchen. Bye!